It would also help if my microphone was fucking on. And yeah. There we go. Janko first on the scene as usual. Serpent Design has spotted my live stream starting up. So that's kind of neat. So, how's it going? It would probably be a good idea to... Oh, thank God. My loopback wasn't on, so you didn't hear two voices at a time. Now. God, I look fat. Janko. Yes. I still want to do the 3D project. But I gotta complete my first project. The one that actually has a potential of paying, you know? Oh, man. Serpent Design. I'm working on a 4-player co-op that was inspired by Super Meat Boy when that game came out. My friend, we were trying to do a Let's Play of Super Meat Boy, and both of us at the same time thought, wouldn't it be fun if it had co-op? So that never came. Also, I'm clipping through my microphone, but you know, in the news. So I made my own game. That's what I'm saying. What are you saying? A 3D game in GMS can be profitable? Janko, you're a student, right? So, I mean, I don't know what your life is like. I mean, you probably live with your parents, so maybe, I don't know, I'm just assuming, but I can't work on another project. I can't switch my attention and all of my time from this project because this is the most developed project I have to date. Committing to another project right now would be stupid because effort, time, money. I'm broke. I'm working a shitty part-time job that I don't want to work. You know, I'm trying to do this to make this game so that I could quit my fucking minimum wage piece of shit job. And do this for a living, right? And help my dad with the stuff. Anyways, here we go. So, where am I? I was going through these levels, and thank God, thank freaking God, after I rewrote the entire lighting system from 3 surfaces to just 1, everything, like all the lighting for all the levels actually stayed in the same way that they, like, pretty much, I can't tell the difference. So thankfully, you know, that actually worked. And if GM Wolf drops by, I gotta thank him for that video, because that blending mode combination, like, I know how blending modes work, but there's just this, 10 blend mode sources, 10 blend mode destinations, and you just, you know, it's the logic that I still have to wrap my head around. Anyways, so all the lighting actually works. I also have to program, I have to program in the, I have to program in the lights, like that elevator that I just got out of. I need that light to turn off as soon as you basically start the game. And that is supposed to be essentially just the starting level thing. I don't want the starting elevator to have a light, right? No light, elevator's off. It's just an aesthetic thing. It's just right now this is, you know, it looks like that elevator can be still used to go back, which you can't, right? So, oh, why can't I just wait for it? I see you're using Windows 98 design. Me too. Yes, I basically all that IRO stuff. I ain't got resources to run that shit. So as soon as I install Windows and I'm running Windows 7, I disable all that shit. No screensavers, no IRO, no transparency. Go back to like Windows 2098, you know, theme. just it feels right at home, man. Feels right at home. None of that fancy shit. I need resources for game development, god damn it. Shut up. Okay. And I know you didn't understand why this shut up. I had my second computer is running the stream and I opened the tab and I hear myself talking, so I'm like, no, just shut up. But I don't have the the volume knob on, so open the tab and I hear, and you can like hear the infinite loop of dogs barking at my live streams. So, plus 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 plus. Zoom in on the chat. Now let's get to it. I do have quite a to-do list that has accumulated over the past little bit. G-Man, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. So, pause menu, death screen, check titles, collapsible floor for the level 12 because that's story canon. Door sprites, before the last story rooms. Okay, so basically lots of sprites. Destroyed facility, concrete tiles. What was that about? Destroyed facility, concrete tiles. Fucking hell. Can't remember what that one was. Okay. Saw particles for flight and destruction. Let's do that. I want to do that. Just check it off my list. So we're gonna do a nice, simple little thing. I already have a utility that'll help me make this quick. Particle editor, Geon effects. Here we go. I think I got my dad. Wait, no, G-Man knows about it. My dad's gonna help me write a proper script for this because he's a script writer, and he's not currently working in the field of his profession. So he's gonna help me write a proper structured script for this. None of this amateur bullshit. Story's the same, just better put. All right, now then, I need additive blending, resize. So, Serpent, what are you working on? Are you a game developer? Oh, this is perfect. Oh, wow, this is perfect. I can actually have the particles move with the saw. That is really cool. Alright, now then. Scale 0.2, 0.2. Okay. Let's add like a little bit more. Just make sure this thing is on. And in fact, instead of brightness, let's go ahead and just increase the do basically that. I want those particles to get smaller. Gravity, no gravity, lifetime. Let's do like 40 till 60. That should be okay. I actually want this thing to be kind of orange. Then start going down to dark orange, and let's get down to like nitty and gritty brown. But the particle gets too small too quick, so 10, 20. That fucking dog, man. Okay, so let's see if I can kind of directions -5. Get that looking a little bit better. I don't even know which direction the saws are actually spinning in. That's pretty cool. But how about not have it kind of invert on itself? -4. Just have it kind of maintain momentum. What else? Cool. I can actually, they've actually put in events on particles, so you can like have particles spawn off one from another. Okay, I think this kind of looks good. I won't know until I actually put this stuff in. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll put this to the side, and let me put on some music. Some music from this game. I like the tutorial music. Actually, this soundtrack is made, like all of the synths are made using the key oscillator. I'm gonna be using it for a number of soundtracks in this game. Ooh, we got somebody on Twitch chat. Scott Dev. This is a 4-player co-op game, co-op platformer, the narration-driven co-op platformer. I did notice this comment until Twitch chat updated the chat box, so I don't think he's in the stream anymore. Okay, so let's put this stuff. Okay, so I don't need this system anymore. Because I already have the system up here. Somewhere. In here. Yeah, right over here. I also don't even know if I need the emitters. Don't know. You know what? I really don't need the emitters here. Because the emitters are more useful when you're spawning aerial particles, so not just particle on one point. But that's not, basically that's not what it is in this case. Okay, here we go. So this is where I need to spawn a particle every step of the way. Ooh, I also need I also need the whatchamacallit. I lost my train of thought. Damn it. Oh yeah, I need the player death particles. Come on. Oh shit, it's popping up on the other screen. That's right. Okay. Where's my particle creation stuff? There we go. So this is kind of like a single fire script for particles. Useful. So every step of the way we're going to be creating particles. Particle system. I should actually really rename this though. So this is Canon. Whoops. Canon Spark Spiral. Okay. So replace. Oh, wait, what? Hold on, what just happened? BT effect. Sparks. Okay, so I'll just do it here. 2. That's weird. Okay. It's like skipping one. Oh shit, no, never mind. These are the wrong ones. Damn it. I should really rename those ones too, though. Creating... No. Creating particle types, effect 1. That's the one... Why does it say laser cannon here? Confusing. Not... Oh shit. Saw cannon particle, that's why. Because I put her wrong name. There we go. Arctan 2. Huh. I haven't done enough work with function generators to really know, but yeah. Actually, here's the thing. When I'm using a function in the camera view scaling, so I'm using a sine wave in order to scale the view back and forth smoothly. But it seems like I use destination value equals sine source value, and you increment the source value. And it seems like if your source value is 150, will return 1 from the destination, right? So I think that has to do something with me using radiance with the thing, because it's like there's no 1-to-1 ratio, right? Okay, I see what it does. Okay, and I don't need the emitters here, so let's not do that. Jenko, what's up? Okay, so I'm gonna be doing essentially this. And I need to enter a level where I don't have to get to the saw cannons to actually see them. So let me pick one from here. Yeah, let's not do that. Previous one, before, 7. This one. And I'll plug this thing in here. You hear Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne. From where did that come from? It could have come from the TV, or it could have come from somebody outside, which means it's not Janko typing this stuff. In this case, welcome to the chat, Mr. Bourne. What can I do you for? Deaths! What is this? That's right. I have to go through each and every room and do the thing properly. Fuck. It's okay, I put it in there for redundancy purposes. First one's supposed to be the path. Second, and false. It doesn't seem like anybody's in a Twitch stream. Had somebody drop by, but you know. Go for it. Dicks. God damn it. Dust. Saw cannon. Of course. Of course. Why am I doing this? It's a global particle, that's why. Oh. Out of all the things I suggested, what have you switched over yet? Everything but the lighting system. Because there's no way you're taking the credit for the lighting, because that was GM Wolf's tutorial that made me see the true benefit of it. Sorry, man. Not your credit. For the most part, performance stuff, switching to paths, and vector stuff is what I've been able to figure out with your help. Okay, what was the error again? I don't remember what old things that you suggested. You were insisting on using paths for lighting masking, and while it probably would work better, I'm already satisfied with the system that I've got. It's not that big of a hassle. Plus, all the levels that need to be using the masking system, there's like all of 6 levels out of 30. So it's, you know, it's a pretty rare thing to use, but considering that the levels there are pretty big, it's still beneficial. So what are you complaining about? Not said before reading. Dust rate. What? Saw, cannon, saw, dust, rate. Okay. It makes sense. This. Just 2, please. What are all the things that you've suggested? Because then I can actually assess this right. All right. Okay, so we've got I want to say that this works right, but I am very weary of that. Does not look like it's working right. Also, I don't think that the saw center is at this. Nope, it's not at the center, is it? What the fuck is it? Edits, right? No, it is at the center. Ah, because I'm an idiot and I have not set these things right. Do you know any software that benchmarks prime numbers counting up to X? I probably would if I knew what a prime number was. I know it's something simple and I can Google it. Like, let me Google. What is a prime number? Let's say prime number. Prime number, a whole number. Okay, got it. So basically even and odd. It's kindergarten. Greater than 1 whose only whole number factors are 1 and itself. Ah, never mind. Never mind. I see, prime numbers. And no, I don't. What are prime numbers useful for in game development? What are the applications? Hey, there we go. Okay, now comes the tweaking part. The size needs to be a little bit more generous. And I need to add that to the thing. Prime numbers are building blocks of all numbers. That is the most useless information I've ever heard, and that does not answer my question. Fucking asking how can a prime number be used in game development? Prime numbers are building blocks for all numbers. Like, fuck, man. Give me a concrete example, goddammit. That's the only way I can comprehend the importance of something, if I see it in an example, right? Also, I need to this actually doesn't look too bad. The only problem here is probably see, the real problem here is that these particles aren't traveling. Ah, man. Real particles would have inherited the velocity of these saw cannons. Prime numbers, they simply calculating, or simplify calculating GCD and LCM. Great. What's GDC and LCM? Let's Google. GDC, define. GDC is gross dealer concession, or GDC, is the revenue to a brokerage firm when the commissioned securities and insecurities salespeople sell a product, whether it's an investment like stocks, bond, and mutual funds, or insurance like insurance, long-term care insurance. Great. Let's see what the fuck LCM mean. LCM. Define. Math term definition. Okay, this may be more relevant. Last common multiple. Okay. So that sounds a bit more like what we're talking about here. The least common multiple, LCM, of two numbers is smallest number that they both divide evenly into. One good way to find the least common multiple of two numbers is to multiply both numbers by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. and then find the first multiple that appears in both lists. Alright, well, you know, good luck with that. Okay, so I need to add master, object master. Okay, that makes sense. Prime numbers are great for encryption. That's good. Speaking of which, actually, no, never mind. I answered my own question. What is all this stuff? Draw event, here we go. Ah, man, the draw event is so small now. It's so small. Don't need this. I have this matrix within which, here we go, particles. So, part system draw it. Huh? I actually do need that separate particle system in the create thing, in the create event. So I do need this because there are certain particles that I do not want to have to be blending through the lights. Like, there's certain particles that should not be blended through the lights. Ah, boy, okay. Here we go, so let's just put this right back in. Particle system, saw, cannon, saw. And the particle system saw, cannon, saw is also gonna have to be, it's gonna have to constantly have its thing adjusted. But anyways, so now that that's done, I'll go to my draw event, saw, cannon, saw, and in the step event, particles. Here we go. Reset particle depth. So this is important because there may be rooms where particles are going to be on top of or way below different layers, because not all the layers are, the depths are not consistent basically. So do this, and that is it. So now the particles should work. Got it. Got it. Two computers. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking when you said it's good for encryption. because I've been reading up on the way the Bitcoin computers are constantly evolving the encryption. They have the encryption keys. So definitely, and it actually has an application I can think of, because there is a game that I was working on when I got my HTML5 license for GameMaker Studio 1.4. I wanted to make an online HTML5 game, and I didn't know at that time that HTML5 did not support networking without some external, like Node.js implementation. But anyways, I actually had, like, my first experience with networking was I built a game that randomly generated a random map, and it was a grid, right? So it was made in the same sense like a roguelike game, in the same style as The Binding of Isaac. So what happened is the server generated this map, and it generated the map of all the rooms. Like, okay, we start with this room. There's going to be a room above, room to the left. Room to the left is going to have room to the left and room to the bottom, right? And it just generated this grid. What it did is it saved the grid with all its parameters into a DS grid, and it saved the DS grid as a string, and then I would send that string over networking to a client game. It would open up that DS string, read the DS grid from it, and recreate the room in the client, right? That was like the coolest thing I've ever done with networking. So that worked, but I'm guessing I would probably need to implement some sort of encryption in order to prevent the room packet from being tampered with. But, you know, we're talking about a game that would actually have a fandom large enough to be worrying about that kind of stuff. But I can totally see why you'd need to do it. Oh, man. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's... let me actually turn down the particle lifespan. It's just too much. Too much clutter in the scene. So what do we have? We have life, about 7 and 15. We'll just half that lifespan. And it has like 1 hour battery lifespan. Well, you know, Apple products, built-in batteries. You kind of fucked yourself into that corner. I mean, you can't really blame anyone but yourself. Go on AliExpress, pick up yourself a $50 cell phone, a $50 Android smartphone, and use it as a player. I will 100% tell you that $50, you know, third-party Android stock phone will do more than the iPod, and it will have a changeable battery. All right, just a suggestion, you know. Okay, so I kind of want the particles to be behind the saw. Okay, so how about this? How do I put it behind the saw but not... AliExpress, yeah, basically, like, I use AliExpress, and I discovered AliExpress after, like, getting some finding that it has better deals than same equivalent stuff than eBay. But I'm talking about, like, source components, you know, buttons, inputs, resistors, capacitors, ICs, stuff like that, right? Although eBay sellers seem to offer much better shipping times. Oftentimes it's like a month, while AliExpress can vary from a month to 2 months. Anywhere in between. Okay, so how do I mean, it's not gonna be as easy as just putting, like... Actually, it's like right there. Actually, let's see. Oh no, that's lighting. I can't do that. So let's leave that there. So I need the particles to actually be below. I need the particles to actually physically be below the object, which means that I need to find which layer it's on, which means that I need to make sure that the soul is going to be below that layer. Sadly, if the phone is under $100 and it says it has 3 gigs of RAM and 16 megapixels, 99% fake, that is not what my experience is, and that is why you have reviews from more than just one area. I have shopped with AliExpress long enough. You can weed out bad products. They usually have no reviews on them. If there is a bad phone out there, it's gonna be on there, right? I've I've shopped way too much, and like most of my I don't buy stuff from Canada anymore. I just like components. Freaking $20 for a pack of resistors. 100 pack of resistors, $20 in Canada. I can buy it for 78 fucking cents with free shipping from AliExpress. 78 cents. Same pack, same resistors, same values. And don't go for the high-end stuff. They can fake it all, says Janko. Okay, sure. I can say I have not had once an issue with AliExpress, and you can weed out all the issues. First of all, second of all, their customer service is actually doing shit. Obviously, if you're buying like fucking iPods, then why are you on AliExpress? You should not be on AliExpress buying iPods. But you know, orders upon orders upon orders upon orders upon orders. Even my mom buys stuff from here. Orders upon orders upon orders of components and electronics and other stuff. Not a single one. Look at this, $50 stepper motor. Not a single fucking one of these has ever had any issues, right? I got pages upon pages of this shit. Have you ever shopped at AliExpress, Jenko? Or are you just kind of, you know, following the herd with what everybody says about Chinese shoppers, Chinese stores? It's like the people who bitch about eBay being a scammy website. 95%, they've never shopped on eBay. 512 gigabyte USB for £7. You should probably know fucking better instead of buying that. There's common sense in that, right? Scammers will be everywhere, right? Scammers have fucking physical stores, alright? You should apply common sense. You know, if you see a $20 cell phone that says, oh, we got 500 gigs of internal memory, use your fucking sense, right? Man, which level are we on? 2 terabyte USB on eBay. eBay, big fucking difference. eBay, you can have open stores, right? You can have individuals selling this shit. You can have a lot of Chinese scammers are on eBay, right? Use your common sense. On AliExpress, this is more manufacturer stuff, right? Once again, I have the list of purchases I've been doing over the years to show it. I've never had a problem. Most of the negative reviews, don't really affect them because they can relist items. But then again, I don't know how the eBay seller system works, and how much flexibility they have with putting up the same stuff over and over again. But out of my experience, I've never had any issues. I've had sellers send me extra stuff just because I've been buying from them all the time. It's like, ah, thank you. An extra pack of capacitors. That's gonna be nice. Okay, well, what's this thing? There's a bunch of YouTube channels that actually specialize in just dicking around with scammers on eBay. Those are pretty fun sometimes. Okay, so I need to move. That's wrong object, of course. I need to move the particle. This. So which layer? Which layer are these saw cannons on? I hope they're on the player and hazards layer, because... Ah, man. I'm gonna have to move these. Because I need these things, all these saws, to be below player and hazards. So I need to do +1 to that. So that these things... Actually, I don't even need to move those. Because realistically, I just need to make sure that the saw cannon object saw cannon actually spawns instance create layer player and hazards. Yes, I just need to make sure that the saws are spawning at the layer hazards. That should be okay. When the English is fucked up, but it ends up with best regards. Yeah, pretty much. I have sellers, like, on AliExpress. I have sellers, like, send me emojis in the messages. And I'm like, please don't do that. They think it's cute. I don't know if, like, emojis is a big thing in, like, China and whatnot. It's just whenever, like, a store seller sends me, like, thanks dear and, like, kissy face, I'm like, please don't do that. I understand the intention, but God. Yeah, what happens if I... Ah, man. Fuck me. Now that I think about it, this rotation is... it's okay. It's just... yeah. It's very distracting. It's really distracting. So let me see if I can even turn down the lifespan even more. Well, Jenko, if you send kissy faces, it's already kind of, you know, a given, because you do that. When a random fuck person does it, ugh. No, thank you. I'll just say I'll just take my components and go. Thank you very much. I don't need the happy ending. Oh man. Oh god. How the fuck did they have these emojis on YouTube chat? Isn't it like the same emoji across like iPhone, frickin' whatchamacallit. Or is this like built in the browser now? So whatever you put these emojis, they will pop up everywhere. How the fuck do they keep these emojis consistent across multiple platforms? I see these things on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I see these like here now. I'm sure Twitch has the same ones too. It's like, how the fuck did they keep them consistent across all? Is that like an open source emoji platform, right? It's Skynet, isn't it? It's fucking Skynet. That's how they're spreading their influence. Emojis. Just every single emoji is like a tiny little portion of a data packet. Man. They'll look very similar. It's like, here, let me copy your homework and I'll change it so that, you know, it looks like I did it. Ugh. Okay, let's see what this thing does. Okay, I feel like I have to... Hold on. I feel like I have to put them up. I feel like I need to create these at the direction. So how about this? I'll do speed so that it creates the particles ahead of the saw cannon. What the fuck? Here, you know what counts as an emoji in my book? Right? That is an emoji in my book. Right, these are my symbols. Holy fuck, that one actually has an image to it. If you don't know what I'm doing, they're alt codes. You can hold down alt and use your numpad to punch in a number. And like, this is alt plus 13, right? Yeah, the Unicodes. And of course, G-Mens is bigger than mine, so, you know, that's just great. Oh yeah, can't do that on the mobile device as far as I know. Sorry. What the fuck does TFW mean? The fucking wind? I don't know. What do we got? That basically does... What exactly are the variables for the saw cannon? Image angle, speed. Right. So how about speed times 2? That feeling when... Okay, got it. So you just wrote that feeling when mobile devices. That feeling when mobile devices. Got it. Got it. Also, I found a perfect Christmas present for myself. Now that, you know, that's coming. Is it fucking snowing? Oh no, these are just leaves falling off. Like, fuck no, man. I found a perfect programmer's gift. It's a mug warmer. You put your mug on it, and it keeps it fucking hot while the liquids inside is still cold. It's like the best Christmas ever. Don't buy the... If you're buying one of those, don't buy your USB powered stuff. It's a piece of garbage. Here. This kind of shit. This is my solution to long programming times. But by the time I finish my coffee, it's fucking cold. Is this thing USB powered? No. Oh shit, this thing is actually big. Is it battery powered? Let's see a cable. Oh, there's the cable. Hold on. USB. Nope, no mentions of USB. So this is the shit that I need. Let me actually kind of just add it to the wish list. Good stuff. Alright. You know what, come to think of it, I don't actually like these sparks. So let's go back here, do something else. So no spiraling sparks, fuck that. We'll do with a 0.11. I'll need to figure out direction stuff though, so. But that's okay, we have the technology, so. 180. 180. What the hell? That's cool. Oh man, the USB powered ones are shit. I have a USB powered one, it's a piece of garbage. I can leave a piece of chocolate on it, it will barely melt it. Oh man. Okay, so how about 40 to 40? And let's not do direction increase. So yeah, something like this. Maybe even add some gravity to it. Whoa! I love it. Come on. I can't put it. Okay, fine. This is really cool. If you manipulate the gravity of a particle effect in real time, you can actually make some really cool effects. Like, to be honest. I don't know. I'll think you'll burn your USB bus faster than you'll warm up a single cup of coffee at the power that it requires to heat one up. So I'll just buy the wall plug one. Like, my best solution until this point was probably to stick a friggin' soldering iron into the cup. That or strap an AMD processor to it, which is actually a fun project that I kind of want to do. Okay. So speed, how about 3. Let's do like 90 to 70. And let's turn the gravity down to 0.5. And let's make sure the gravity is pointing in the right direction. Like this. 0.1. Let's do speed of like 4 actually. And let's do 120. This could actually work. Let's try this. I just need this stuff. Yes, Game Maker, I'm talking to you. Okay, so I just need particle type. Replace. Oof, I have more than. Or no, I don't. I don't think I have more than one. Let's see. I want to make sure if I press change all, it's not going to press some other particle effect. Okay, it's not. Beautiful. Let's try this one. Man, this utility saves so much time. Brown car. Your username looks familiar. I haven't seen you in a while, haven't I? Your username is very memorable. How much power is USB for 5 watts? When your microwave is thousands to 1500. Yeah, but then again, like a microwave has a maximum power load. I'm pretty sure if you set your microwave to maximum power, it's like way more than you will ever need to warm something up. Like, you use microwave maximum power when you need to like nuke the dick out of something. if you know the reference that I'm talking about. But anyways, blend. Blend is additive, yes, but I'll need the size to be a bit bigger. So I've got 2 and 3. So how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, great. So, frickin' AliExpress is suggesting all the things that I need with my cup warmer. One of which is, you know... Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I need with my cup warmer. Yeah, let me just, you know... You gotta do something while that coffee's warming up. Hey, that looks ugly. So let's maybe not use size. Maybe we can use a different particle type. A square. Shit, let's do that. Oh, really? What? Fucking hell. Coffee heater. Wow, this thing is like even... Yeah, okay, let me just close this up. Part type shape. Jenko, 180. That's a bargain. Well, we all know what Jenko's getting for Christmas. Jenko walking up at the family dinner and it's like, I'm gonna be receiving a package from AliExpress. Could you guys not open it? And just, you know, put it in my room and just don't ask any questions about it. Square. It is a square. Oh, it's a shape square. Because why the fuck would it not be? And I'm not making a cup warmer. I want to get a cup warmer because this, like, it takes me like 3 hours to drink 1 cup of coffee. At best. Like, those are the best times. What did I even change? Did I even change it? Yeah, I did. Okay, so it's probably not... Why is it so fucky? How cold? I don't know, but I feel like we're gonna get a lot of fallout. Considering how much rain we've had here in Canada. That's what you do. That's what you do when when it's winter. You buy like 20 of these USB powered cup warmers. You get like 5 of these USB power banks, and you just put them like in all of your pockets. And you plug in the cup warmers, and you got yourself a DIY jacket warmer. A lot of the music is not leveled properly, so I gotta keep an eye on that sometimes. Okay, what am I doing? My squares are not coming out as squares. Because they are not Because they're coming out as that. Yes, that is true. You can also charge your cell phone. It's like you're on the last bar of your power bank. It's like, what do I want? Do I want to stay warm? Do I want to have communications? Oh, man. Sketchy Chinese brands. All your shit you own is made in China, okay? Everything you fucking own is made in China. This is too big. What the fuck? 0.2. 0.5. What is this? Fashion City. Lore. Levels. Yeah, not a lot of music there. Oh man, I was once working on a metal album. Yes, it has a pretty logo on it. I know. Does it also have a headphone jack? Oh man. Okay, come on, compile. I was once working on like an actual metal album. This is the first time I've ever tried to record electric guitars, and this was when I got the Pod HD Pro, which is like an amp simulator. It's useful for folks who can't really like for folks who can't have whatchamacallit? Can't have amps amp heads in their apartments. So, you know, it's an alternate way of getting a sound you want. But okay, this actually has an interesting look to it, because the lasers also use a square particle. Now, when it comes to scale, I actually want this stuff to maybe scale down just a little bit less, and with 2 clusters. That sounds amazing. No fucking idea what that means. So, like, when you say 2 clusters, the first thing that comes to my mind is it fucking exploded 2 times, and it still works, with a testament to engineering in itself. But, you know, it's like the freaking tech channels. The tech channels that review, oh, this processor has 5 teraflops. It's, half of the viewers have no idea what the fuck these people mean. Man. 20,000 teraflops. God's sakes. Orientation. I would like the orientation to not be relative. Gotcha. So it's kind of like with the Xbox One, they have a dedicated CPU core for handling UI stuff, so it doesn't take away the performance from the actual game. And how they can actually have the game run as a separate entity from the CPU. Whoops. From the UI run as a separate entity from the game. So if the game crashes, not the whole system doesn't crash. Fuck me. This actually doesn't look bad, but this could actually work. but I know that it's not right. I'm gonna have to figure that stuff out in just a second. What else? I probably need to turn down the scaling, or at least spawn them 1, 3, like that. It's not actually that hard. It was hard for me. This is not my level. This is Tim's level. He made it, and you have to like you have to do a forward jump over a spike while you do a backward jump over a saw, and it sounds way worse than it actually is. But it took me so fucking long to figure it out. It's like stupid long. He's doing it right in front of me. It's like, here, this is what you press. This is how you do it. And I'm like, I can't do it. Until like a click flips in your fucking head. Oh, fuck me. Also, this is supposed to be the trial course. The trial course is a compilation of levels that lore-wise were deemed far too difficult for the test subjects to actually participate in. Also, what the fuck? Oh, I could have made it. Okay, so first of all, let me maybe turn down the amount of particles that I'm creating each and every fucking step. So it basically switches between cores depending on the load. It's not like it uses both cores at the same time, right? That's basically what I'm saying, what I'm getting at from your. This actually looks not bad. That's basically what I'm getting in regards to what you're saying about multiple cores. What is this? Visitors. Oh, Jesus. I will have electric guitars in this game. I've been practicing. Not really, but, you know, that's just a formality. Soundtracks. Earthquake, film track. I want to listen to something. No. Okay. This collision system is not working. I can't make it work like physics. It's all about the math. Calculating your, or not calculating, but sending your angles and doing some interpolation. It's doable. I will 100% tell you that it's doable. And in fact, like, people have done it. You can use the, like, you can make a makeshift one using point direction. And you supply the point of the object that's calculating the angle and the point of the object that the collision has has taken place with. So, fuck me. Well, he was trying to get away from physics for the sake of, you know, basically getting access to all the functions that using physics basically forbids you from. Because, you know, physics. He's basically using physics for a non-physics game, right? It's like using rocket engines to propel your car that has a perfectly working engine of its own. Okay, so I'd say this looks good. What if I turn off the blending mode? Fuck me. Jesus Christ. What is also with the... oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not destroying my particles. That's why the game's slowing down. Knockback is not a pain if you implement the movement properly. Don't just set the speed of a certain object to move in a certain direction. You have to add the value to the speed instead of just setting it. This is where that value can now be used for knockback. And you have like the slowing down and speeding back up. Well, physics knockbacks are fine because physics knockbacks are easy, right? Once again, you're using a physics engine for a non-physics game. Well, okay, using physics because it makes knockback easy is like using drag and drop because you don't understand code. Right? I mean, you already know that code is a lot better than drag and drop. You just have to understand it. Okay, what did I change here? Gravity. This actually works. Lifespan. I want the lifespan to be a little bit less. So 15, no, like 5 to 15. They collide. Okay, so here's the thing. There's two ways you can do the pixel perfect collision. Either you check if the place has a collision and you move it one pixel at a time until it hits that collision, or you check if the place has a collision, you move it there, but you move it backwards until it no longer has a collision. This is how I got my particle system to work, right? That is better when the object you're colliding with is not stationary, right? There's more than one way to do a pixel perfect collision, and they like the code does not vary all that much too, either. Okay, here's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try something different. No gravity. Actually, just a little bit of gravity. The lifespan will be at least 20 to 30 just for the sake of testing it. Blending mode will be there. Alpha colors. Speed. Speed, I'm going to minus 0.02. And direction, one second, come on. direction is going to be also any direction. You don't need to change your code to make it work like that, because for me it was just changing 2 lines of code in those loops that you do for pixel perfect collision checking. It's just that instead of moving the loop where you move the object 1 pixel at a time, instead of doing that, just, you know, there's the x plus the speed you're moving with, or y plus the speed you're moving with, right? Instead of doing x plus 1, you just do x minus 1. So just move in the opposite of direction of where you're moving. So it'll hit the collision, the loop will engage and says, okay, collision's engaged. Now, instead of looping and moving the object 1 pixel at a time towards the collision point, move it away from it. Just opposite direction. That's all you need to do. And all you need to do is just to flip the question mark where you had until there's no longer collision. You know? Flip that one, and you'll be fine. And both of your objects will basically get out of the loop instantly. Okay, so this actually works a little bit better, but the speed does not decrease fast enough. So how about this? I'll do minus 0.1. Oh shit, that's the size. Hold on. Where's the speed? Is it going to start going backwards if I actually set it to something small or something large? No, that's what I have happening. You said that both of your objects, when they collide, they get stuck in a loop. That means they can't get out of the... They can never get out of the colliding state. Which is impossible if you code it right. Right? Like, I had a problem where my particle was getting stuck in a wall and appearing above the wall. Right? And that was there because it would run the while loop until it no longer collided with the wall. And it would just appear elsewhere. And Jenko, we're not moving manually. We're not moving objects manually in physics. We're trying to get away from physics by coding our own thing. Okay. So this kind of works, but it's not exactly what I want it to do. So let's try this. So what do you have happening with your collision? What is the logic behind your collision? Because it says the collision does not have the logic to check where something is going to be, instead where it is. So when two things run into the same place, where there would be no collision before, since they both moved into the same spot, they collide and get stuck in a while loop for pixel perfect part. So as of the point when they get stuck, you have a loop. You have an if statement that checks. If there is no collision, move there. They move there, but they collide because they move there at the same time. The for loop engages. If there's a collision, move backwards from the direction you just moved, right? And you can have a variable that actually tracks. You have a variable that actually tracks which direction you're moving, right? You just move in the opposite direction to what that variable is. Just multiply it by minus, well, not multiply by minus y, because it's pixel perfect. So you do have to move it 1 pixel at a time, just in the opposite direction of where you're going. Okay. Lifespan. How about I'll do this 60 and 80 because I want to see... I want to see this happen. I need a magical flask that has an infinite coffee. It's always hot. And you can turn a dial to tell how much sugar you want, you know, and whether it's a green tea, whether it's black tea, you know, orange peacock, whether it's Earl Grey, or whether it's coffee. Okay, that is what I wanted to do. The only thing that I really want to do with this is to have the particles also get smaller. Which means that I have to time it now. And I need the stuff to scale down a little bit. So I'll do minus 0.005. Let's try that. VS skin for GMS2. Now I'll add you over here. Brown car. Wait, was that you just following me? Ah, you dickhead. Yeah, that was you. Okay. Alright. Okay. It's actually kind of working. It's like... oh, man. I need to do something about... maybe the rate. I can't really... okay. The only way I can adjust the rate is if I now split the thing here. So let's do create event. I'll do alarm. Part rate 0.5. I'll just say 5. And I'll do alarm 0 equals 5. Or equals part rate, I should say. Let's keep that consistent. And let's go ahead and add that alarm here. And now, in here, I'm going to actually spawn the particles, because I need the stuff to actually slow the fuck down a little bit. Let's rewind back. Okay, go. Back when you had the physics enabled. My crackers. My crackers. Delicious. My crackers. Because I can't go downstairs because there's kids. And I'll be in the way. Okay. Not bad. There's not too many of them. Let's see if I can maybe turn it down a little bit. Or turn it up just a bit. Maybe like 2.5. I don't know what a 2.5 of a step is, but, you know, yeah. Intentional movement. Enemy pathing around a player movement has been hard modified in code. Physics position X plus HSPD or okay, whatever. So go ahead. I'm following. For now. Right. It's handled by impulses, okay. Oof. Okay. I need to run debug overlay over this. You can have exactly that. Move 4 pixels right, move 4 pixels up. Because you can actually do that yourself. You don't have to use the code, speed, and direction variables. Like here. Here's what I'm doing. In the player object, I'm not using the built-in the direction and speed variables. I'm using a custom variable called VSP, virtual speed, and HSP, horizontal speed. And there's my collision check right there. If place, the current position of the player plus the speed that he's moving in, is returning a collision with object block, then shoot a loop and only move in 1 pixel at a time to the direction that we're moving with horizontal speed. And then just apply that to the horizontal speed. Okay, well the problem is that I have no clue how I would code that without madness is not really a valid excuse though. It's just it's basically complaining, I don't know how to do this, therefore I'm not gonna do it. Alright? You can use, right here I'm using X and Y position of the player, and I'm adding the custom speed variable to it. I'm not using the built-in speed and direction, these green variables. I'm not using them, right? And you don't have to use them. You can actually code this stuff yourself. He wants to use physics for a game that does not require to use physics. So your problem right now is you can't come up with a solution because you don't know all of the available functions there are. So I would recommend look into length direction, and it gives you length direction X and length direction Y, and you can supply it with a length and a direction from a point of origin. So you go point of origin X plus length of the direction. Length is 50 pixels, direction of, and then you put the point distance from your XY of the object you're calling this from to the XY of the instance that you just collided with. Right? That kind of stuff. Use point directions. Use like instance store the instance ID of the instance you just collided with, and read its position. You can get like directional data from that, right? It's really not hard. It's, it's just experimentation at this point. Discover the function that could help this. Jenko, we're not using physics. So the variables power and direction, they're irrelevant unless they're coded into the object. We're trying to recreate Excuse me. We're trying to create our own semi-physics behavior with like knockbacks for players and knockbacks for NPCs without using the physics. Because when you use physics, there's a whole lot of different, functions that get basically voided. Useful functions at that. Because anytime you mention impulse, it's automatically physics come to mind. So you know. Okay, so Jenko's got it. He's got a better idea of a possible solution. Because I would have to experiment with this stuff myself to come up with a proper solution. Jenko can actually visualize it. Oh yeah, that's right. Trying to look at the FPS values here. It's kind of hard to look at the FPS values when you have to survive to get to the point where the FPS values really matter. Also, this could be just deceptive because also, why are there 400 instances in this room? I know why. There you go, Jenko's on it. That is basically him. Like, he listens to a problem somebody has a problem with, and he just, let me make a prototype. That is gonna be like, we got a prototype. Oh man, good times. Good times. Also, I'm like really thinking I'm gonna switch to tile collisions for this stuff. What do you mean, have you ever failed me? What brought that on, Jenko? Excuse me? Have I ever failed you? Also, for some reason he has a British accent, so I don't know why. Oh look, the bomb raid is on. Preposterous, says Jenko. I'm gonna ruin my goddamn voice with you people. Okay, and yes, we get it. This entire thing is basically that. So there really shouldn't be more than like 100 instances in one room, like at one time. Any more is preposterous. Alright, let me put something a bit more ambient. Dominion soundtrack. This one. I can listen to the soundtrack for just hours. It's just background noise. You can buy the CD of Sounds of Black Void for $9.99 with just 20 easy payments of $1.50. I am out of tea. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're barely breaking 100 instances right now. Motherfucker. Okay, so it's working. It's actually working. I don't really work in Visual Studio. I've tried to learn C++ for Unreal Engine, but it doesn't really work. Also, holy fucking shit, man. MLG Pro skills right there. Now, just watch me die here, because the particles are going in the opposite direction. It's just gotta be confusing. Oh, God. I can't see what's lagging, for God's sakes. G-Man says the while loops were coded wrong. Ah, it happens. It's okay, it happens. I do it all the time. Just ask Janko. I placed a DS grid expansion code outside of for loop, and I've wasted 6 hours trying to find what the fuck was wrong with it, and because my data was not saving, basically. So, you know. I also have 23 texture swaps. Motherfucker. Actually, let me go ahead and delete the lighting sprite that I'm pretty sure is still being loaded. This one. Delete this. Actually, before I do that, let me delete it now. And I'm going to search up every single instance where that is being called. Find all. Okay. Ambient kit, light, draw, and event. Okay, so that is weird. Keyboard check, pressed I. Why am I pressing? Oh, that's 1. Type of a light. Oh, instance get number. I just need to put this thing in here. This just cycles through all the lights. What do I have here? Nothing there. Draw and event. I told you he's gonna do it. Okay, what do I have here? Same deal. Sprite get number. Come on. Put that in. Next up. Draw sprites exterior. This stuff is commented out. So is that. So is this. Beautiful. So now that is going to rebuild my entire light. So I had about... How many texture swaps did I have? I had like 24 texture swaps there. Let me see. Fuck, I can't see. It's too blurry. It's like 20, 25 texture swaps. About right. So let's see what it's like. Don't make it more for a challenge of him. Yeah, Jenko, we're not using like simple box collisions. We're using like sprite mask collisions per pixel. Per pixel masks. He's got the code. He knows what the problem is. It's just calculating the knockback needs to take place in the opposite direction of where the enemy is. I totally forget what I'm testing right now. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, I got rid of one of the texture swaps. Never mind. Man. I need more tea. Yeah, masks have nothing to do with knockback. Technically, a mask is a million squares. They're just tiny squares called pixels. And yeah, Gmat, he's right though. Like, knockback has really nothing to do with, really nothing to do with masks. It's more about where the position. It's more about getting the position of the object you're colliding with, so that you can find out its angle, and then moving both objects at the opposite directions. Oof. It's very hard to see those. It's very hard to see those spikes at the on the white background. Very hard. So I'm gonna have to try to do something about that. But anyways, how about this? I also need to add something to the to-do list. Elevator lights flash using sine wave. Use the sine function. Just as a note. Alright, so the collision in and of themselves no longer appear to be an issue. Alright, so now just figure out the knockback. And as I said, all it is just get the instance. Alright, well, you can get your knockback. You can get your vector by using point direction. You know. Supply the point of one object, supply the second point of the object you collided with. Coxie, thanks for dropping by. I had additive mode for these particles, and that made it even worse. But a part of the whole thing is basically just making it a clusterfuck. Not for the sake of making it a clusterfuck though, but for the sake of just like, what if I actually do -2 to the speed? Hmm. Yeah, the particles are not really an issue. It's just the gray background with the gray spikes is not helping a lot. So if I do something like this, if I tone down the background a bit, then you can actually see the spikes a lot better, and you can actually tell the difference. And it does help with the contrasting of particles on the darker background. So that in itself is a bonus. Oof. Maybe I'll do that actually. It does kind of make sense. The background's still kind of there. You can sort of see it. Oh, here we go. Oof. Sandwiched. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press Shift Home. So this is Trial 007. And I'm going to put in the updated background. Put in the updated background. Ah, man. Stuff. Okay, so. What was that again? Trial course, what? 007, the one that's out of place here. Okay. 007. Included files. Put it in here. Just kind of put this thing in here. Save. Game Maker's going to complain that the file's been updated. Yep. Reload. Okay, here we go. So, one more thing that I need to code is when I am destroying... Good thing I'm actually using the direction variable here, because now I can actually do some stuff here, like... What is this? If... Ah, okay, so this is... What? Oh, these are limitations. Okay, so don't spawn particles when it's out of bounds. We don't need that. That does not matter. Do spawn particles when it's there. The player sprite, when he goes on the same color as him, makes it hard to see. How about a 1 pixel 50% alpha white line? You mean like an outline? One thing I noticed with this game is that after like getting into the game, you kind of just enter the zen where your eye just never loses track. But it's not even the player that you're looking at. It's just the obstacles. Like you're no longer tracking the player basically. But let me check. Let me check this thing for a second. So yeah, you just kind of enter the zen where it's just you are the player. It's the extension of you, right? Plus, I try to kind of add contrast. But you see, like you can still kind of see him because he's got this dark outline that kind of still signifies where the player is. I was more concerned about the spikes not being distinct enough. Fuck! Didn't make it. Okay. Ooh, I want to try something. Just for the sake of seeing what it would look like. So, angle, orientation. Angle increase. What would happen if I do angle wiggle? Like, I just want to see what that would look like. The particles would make some interesting movement. Just for the sake of seeing what it would look like. Maybe it's because my angle minimum and maximum are not doing anything. I'll try something with angle increase. Make a funky effect. Ah, okay. It actually kind of works. It just makes these particles kind of wiggle a tiny bit, which I find to be charming. And it's not as boring. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm good. So now, the particle explosion. I can use a... Excuse me, I can use a separate particle type for that. I can just actually, in fact, just copy this. Here we go. So this would have to be spiral, particle, death. Cannon, sparks, particle, death. Okay, so replace this, that. Oh, but no, don't do that. You fucking asshole. How about just selection? Really? What the hell? Okay, sensitive, whole word only. Selection only. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Jiggle that wiggle. Exactly. So I'll leave it the same. The only thing is that with the what? Why do I have two light? Oh, this was the backup one when I was dicking around with this stuff. Okay, so I don't need... No, that's a spray. Lighting... Light one. Just delete this one. Don't need that one. Okay, and this is the backup. Backup code for the old lighting system. I don't need that either. Where is my saw? Here we go. So when I am doing this, I need to create my particles once before destroying an object. Particle is going to be this, but I will need to make two of these particles, and I will need to also do like a quick adjustment of where that particle is supposed to be headed. And this will have to take place on a per particle mode. So direction of the particle depth is going to be set depth. So direction and direction of the object, but it will be multiplied by minus, actually direction, minus 20, direction plus 20, and I will go ahead and multiply it by minus 1. So just opposite to where the direction is going. See if that works. And every single saw will have to set its own thing, so, you know, just to make sure. Oh, man. I don't see it. How about we'll do 20 particles? Just to make it nice and prominent. There we go. I feel like it's working because that over there is working. This is weird. I'm gonna have to get to the other side to see. And I'm not totally gonna actually play the level to get to the other side. I will be smart about this. And I'll put in my free camera mode. Because that's what smart people do. Why not 19? The closest prime number to 20. How many times have I picked up that mug thinking there's still tea in there? Okay, here we go. It's not doing it. Why? Maybe I should put this into the actual instance destroy event, but I don't know. Yeah, that works too. But then again, you know, you'd still have to traverse the level. And for me, it's just... There's areas where the level cannot reach that need to like lighting stuff done. Which is kind of redundant because the player can't reach there either way, but, you know. Just makes me feel good about myself. That I put in the time. Okay, global.ps canon SOM. Global.canon sparks death. Ah, man. Why are you not working? What if I put you into the instance destroy event? Trump with 3D renders of the wall. It's like, okay, nothing to do here. Back to what I was doing. The world is still going insane. You know, I love how have you guys seen the last week's Tonight episode on the shooting that recently occurred? I like how as soon as the shooting occurred, Trump addresses the people like, we don't know where these people coming from. We take in all these refugees. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who they're coming from. Even though the shooter was from Orlando, literally like not even a few miles away from where Trump was born. That's just bullshit. Oh man, what the fuck did I just see? Oh, that saw cannon doesn't even get destroyed. Interesting. But yeah, that's right, because the collision blocks are not working there. So that's kind of that. And I can't be destroying saws when they're off the screen because they're being spawned off the screen. America, it's not like America's the only place where shootings happen. It's just that I'm in Canada, so I'm just naturally always exposed to news about Trump, right? I'm sure that if you were anywhere else in the world, you'd be exposed more to the terror attacks that happened in your place. They're really just not worth reporting about unless it's like a really big deal. Because local news would be all over the terror attacks that happen locally. International news is what would usually pick up on much bigger events, like the ones in France, the American ones. It's just you're naturally exposed to the news of your local government. Fuck, man, Canadian government's so boring. We get more exposed to American government news about the American government. Okay, so why are you not doing the stuff that you are not doing? How about this? Let's see if it's actually doing it. So we'll do show debug message every time dead plus string styring instance, or just put ID in it. That's it. Selling people semis and automatic guns is just asking for something like that to happen. I mean, it's handling a gun or owning guns falls just as much into a hobby category as anything else. It's just a much more dangerous hobby, or when put in the wrong hands. It's really not even like the question of having guns. It's the question of how these guns being restricted. Like, watch the episode. Fuck it. I'm gonna link you to the episode of the last week's Tonight. Tonight, because you can actually see how fucked up the system of the NRA handles these sort of situations. Like, any sort of reform to improving the system get automatically shut down in the stupidest way possible, right? So it's not even to actually change. There's requests to start discussing possible ways of how to address the issue, to discuss get shut down, right? Not even to apply anything, just to discuss. This is how fucked up the system is. I'll link you to the video. Here we go. Okay, that's right, I should be looking at the... Okay, so it's firing it. It says it's firing it. I have renamed... Death. How about I'll just... Oh, man, what the hell? Is there like a finite amount of particles you can create? Okay. Because I'm really not understanding why the particles aren't being spawned. Just at all. Also, I'm gonna go grab some coffee or some more tea, so I'll be right back. I'll pour myself a quick cup of green tea, because that's all I need. And just give me like 5 minutes, I'll be right back. Alrighty. What do we got? Oh my god. Janko actually did it. What? Alright, so it is returning the show debug message on death. It's just not creating these particles for some reason. Or maybe it is. Fucking who knows? Let's see if let's see. Can I please move this thing down here so that I can actually see it? Color 3. So how about C white? And I'll just stick to C white and C white. It's not how large percent of USA citizens are just idiots. This is worldwide. You can use this applies like I have a lot of friends on Steam who are German, and I've asked them questions, and their political situation is exactly the same. Like this is not a U.S. Thing. It's in Canada. It's in Germany, it's in France, it's everywhere. Every fucking country has their own Trump. It's just we don't get the news about them. That's why it seems like the US is the only one that's fucked up. Right? Okay, so what am I doing here? Oh, I see it. Okay. It's right over there. But it's not. Maybe it's because it's additive. Maybe it's because it's the additive thing. But seriously though, it's what if I toggle the blend mode? It is off. Oh, the transparency. Okay, so how about alpha 1, 1, 1. I'll keep the blend mode. See what happens. When two impulses are applied to one another, you swap the impulse values between two objects and you average them out. Okay, so it is happening. But it's happening over there twice, like 10 times more than it's happening anywhere else. I also need to increase the speed for the depth to like 7 and 10. Maybe even turn down the speed. Okay, so it's working. It's not working the way it's supposed to be working, but it's working. And I think I also know where I can start fixing it. First of all, direction -1 does not work in the way that I wrote it. Whoops. Jesus. Here we go. Okay, guys. I think we've been getting far too serious with this whole gun thing. So here's a little game. And the first one who finds what's wrong with this image wins. You know, you just win. You don't win anything, you just win. And you're the best. But tell me, the first comment that will pop up telling me what's wrong with the image wins. Okay, so I was watching a year ago. I was watching I was watching The Watchmen. And I decided to Google the lore for Dr. Manhattan, right? The blue glowy dude. So I went here and I typed in Dr. Manhattan. And this is what popped up. Tell me if you see anything weird. Scott and Dev's got it. Oh no. Oh my god. This has been on Google forever. It's been a year. I've tweeted them. There's no way around it. Oh man. Okay. So let's see what this thing is. Okay. It's actually fucking working. Because I didn't... multiplying the direction by -1 does not reverse the direction. It just messes it up. So anyways, here's what I need to do now. I'm going to reverse that stuff. Alpha, sure. I need the color to be reversed. Blend can stay as 1, but I do want the speed to start from anywhere from 2 to 8. And I want the scale to actually be 0.5 because I want the sparks to be a little bit smaller. Cheers. Ah, delicious. Okay, so why is Thanksgiving on the 20-somethings in US and in Canada it's like Monday, this Monday? It's weird. Why are we praying to two different gods? Why are we thankful to two different gods? This makes no sense. Okay, so I do like the way this looks. But I do, however, want to... Hey, cool. You can paste URLs. Hey, that's because you're a moderator. That's right. Everybody be a moderator. Cool. All this time you were a mod and you had to edit your URL links. Oh, there you go. Merry Christmas. I do need to up the speed like a lot, so I'll do like 5 to 13. What do you mean favoritism? Janko's the only sane person here who, first of all, can keep Southpaw in check. The guy comes on the stream, shouts, "Show me your vagina!" And it's like, what if I don't want to show you my vagina? Inconsiderate. There we go. Now I have the destructions for the particles. The only thing is I do want to actually, where's my color? Start this color, start that color. Oh, it's actually the same. Oh, it's the blending modes. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Alright, good. I can cross this thing off the list now. Saw particles for flight and destruction. Alright, what else? Non-physical level transition object. Physics wires. Giant entrance doors. So these are like sprites, basically. Add additive sprites for decorative light props. Don't need that because of the way I position lights now. But then again, maybe I should do that. Come on, Coxie. No need to start dick sucking. That's what do you need, Coxie? Out with it. Ooh, player death particles. I need that. Okay, so this is where we're kind of getting into the gritty stuff. So, explosions. This needs to happen outward, so 45 to... What's 225? No. Hold on. 0, 0. So 45, 90, 135. Okay. Now we need to increase the speed. So for I'll say like 6 till 17. Not relative rotation, and gravity of 1. Scale of 0.5, 0.5. And this is where we kind of need to up the speed a bit. Who needs a timeout? Janko's getting itchy. Okay. But there's one thing, though. I really want to... Hold on. This is not right. I want to do particles using my interactive particles instead. I don't want to use the regular ones. So how about this? Add group. interactive particles. Do this. Let's duplicate it. Yeah. Particle interactive death particle. This death particle is going to be a bit different. Okay, we can generally assume that anywhere that a player is at is broken collision free. As in, anywhere a player is located will be not within a wall or something like that. Not stuck in an infinite collision loop. That sort of thing. We can probably safely assume that that won't be happening. Which means that I should be free to create the player death particles anywhere the player is at. And that is at least my logic. And oh my god, it does not matter how many times I clean this fucking table, it will get dirty again. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Wow, that sucks. What the fuck is on this lens? I hope that's like tea or something. What the fuck? One moment. Let me just perform minor surgery here. On the lens. This lens cap. Wow, this sucks. Am I fixing it? No, I don't think so. What the fuck did I spill on this thing? Well, this sucks major donkey dicks. This lens is scratched to shit. Can't see anything through it. Oh yeah, that's just basically fucked. Cheap lenses. Alright, fuck it. Just toss it in the garbage. Anyways. Have you tried to see how much performance is affected when not using the particles? Well, if I want to have multiple impulses going to different directions, what do I need to do? Well, here's the thing: you're never realistically going to get two impulses triggering at the same time. They will always have like a micro. Even if you have two objects starting at the same time, they'll just, unless you have machine precision at regarding with the positions. When the player controls the objects, that's never gonna happen. You're always gonna get a tiny delay between the things. So really, you just need to have, from what I understand, local variables that store the direction into which the player needs to move, or the object needs to move, and then you just add and subtract the values from it depending on when the collisions happen. Okay, so this is where I need to add a particle, and I know I can. Nah, should I just draw it? Nah. I'll make a thing here. So, where are my particles? Let's go with a middle center. Let's pick a nice red color. I said nice red color, not janky red color. And let's make a fill box. Also, how fucking big is this sprite? It's gotta be... oh, fuck. It's gotta be like 16 by 16, more like it. Apply. Beautiful. Now that that thing is there... The reason I'm saying you're never gonna have two impulses at the exact same time is because Game Maker Studio goes through one object, goes through the step events of one object, then it goes to the next object, to the step event. It's not at the same time, right? Which means that it's just a matter of first storing the values and lerping stuff and interpolating stuff, then reading the values from the second collided object and doing the same stuff, and, you know, it's really not that hard. Like, half of the system with knockback is implemented into my sparks. Right? It's just, it doesn't read anything from the directory. It just alters the direction that it's moving in. You can simulate that stuff. Okay, so interactive death particle. So this is where I need to not draw this one, but I need to draw the splat particle. The rotation will be 0 always, and C white is going to be there. Now I need the player to actually spawn these things. Yeah, Jenko has anything and everything in this dungeon of infinite programming possibilities. And he's been dying to, like, find useful uses for them. Because they're all prototypes. None of them are games. They're just all prototypes. Okay, so if hurt is equals to true, I have a piece of code for this. There we go. Yeah, when you say store the vector, you're referring to it as one single entity. It's really just the power in X and the power in Y as two separate variables. And then you just subtract and add the power to and from those variables, depending on the events. Okay. Oh yeah, I have a for loop for this actually, because I need to create more than one for sure. So let's go ahead and do that. Shit, where is it? No, there we go. Oh yeah, I don't need to press H for this. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this shit looks like. length direction X and length direction Y, they no longer work if you're... No, they do work if you use physics. Something else doesn't work when you use physics. That's really useful. Okay, kill me! Well, that sucked. That did nothing. Oh, no, that was just... This is just for the hurt timer. I need one for death. Global... Wait, hold on. Instance... Destroy. Here we go. Okay, come on. Kill me! What the hell, man? Creates particles. Oh, interactive death. That's right. That is correct. Gotta create the right particles. Yeah, Jenko's right. Just stick to having the power that affects the X movement and the power that affects the Y movement. And just work with those. It's just so much easier than trying to figure out vector stuff. Or like working with the vector motion as a combined entity. There will be times where you need to do that. This is just simply not one of them. Okay, where the fuck are my particles? Want the actual shit. Optic particles. Death. Also. So this hurt. Dead. Or instance. Destroy. Oh, mouse X, mouse Y. That's why. I should really look at these scripts before I use them. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got it. How much performance? Like, none. To be honest, if you use X and Y as separate, you literally lose non-performance. Like, you need to make like 100 objects, maybe even more, collide at the same time to slow down performance. Motherfucker. What the actual shit? Let's see. It's not there. Why? Have I not set the sprite to the... No, I did not. No, I did not. Okay, here we go. It's one thing at a time. Although it should have actually shown that, because it's not actually... Okay, let me try, it's weird. Hold on. These particles are placed on the right, in the right place. Hold on, let me see if that I can actually see these particles too. If I manually spawn them. Like this. Okay, so. Ah. They're there. They're definitely there. I just need to disable additive blend mode. Because for some reason that was enabled here. God damn it. Okay, image X scale. Let's start with just 1 and 1. Also, that's good. That's good enough. We're not even going to be able to see the particle. Actually, yeah, we're not going to be able to see the particles clearly if you're in single player. And the only way you can actually see them clearly without the death screen obstructing your view is if you're playing co-op. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to play with myself. Wait a minute. Never mind. That didn't come out right. Alright, there we go. Is it? Damn it. I forgot to. Okay, so they're there. Built-in variables aren't bad. They're just not useful in a lot of the custom stuff. That's why we keep reiterating to use custom variables, separate variables for X and separate one for Y. That's how I'm using for particles in the main player stuff. Okay. Interactive death. That's right. Just spawn the thing. Run the script. Check the result. What do you mean gradual slow down thing without using lane direction calls? You slow down, well, we use two separate variables for X and Y, so to slow something down, we just say, is this variable above 0? If yes, then just multiply it by 0.95, which will always fractionize your speed. It works, right? Start X. Here we go. Oh my lord. No, stop it. Stop it. Oh, Jesus. So much blood. So much blood. Okay, now. First of all, don't do that. That's actually a good question. How did you make pixel perfect collisions without using dedicated X and Y variables? Can you explain what lerp does? Okay. Lerp, you supply the value 1, value 2, and the lerp amount. And it basically lets you say, okay, if you put lerp in 0.5, that's a halfway point between value 1 and value 2. If you put lerp 0.25, that will be a quarter way between value 1 and value 2. That's what lerp does. It interpolates. So you tell them how much you want to interpolate between value 1. So if you have two values, value 1 is 5, value 2 is 7. Linear interpolate amount of 0 will be value 5, will return value 5. Interpolate value of 1 will return 7. Interpolate value 0.5 will return the value between those. So, 5 and 7, so that would be 1. Or, not 1, sorry, 6. Yeah, do that. Just draw the, do what Jenko says. Just fuck it. Don't listen to me. Do what Jenko says. Jenko knows best. He's like Jesus. When you're about to do something, ask yourself, what would Jenko do? Listen to Jenko. He has the power to put you into timeout. Oh, man. Okay, instance create layer. Okay, so I need to basically do this only once. So I need to make some variables. Wait, hold on. I have a variable here. I have it. I know it. Her timer. It's something about particle depth. Particles. Particle depth. What do you mean real ID? Initial variable for the if statement. What? What was this for? Okay, so apparently I'm using it a lot. Ah. This is... No. Sparks random. Player. Custom mod color. I can remove you as a moderator. These are all the options I have. I don't think I can add a custom mod color for you. Unless I can, hold on. But it wouldn't be reflected in the chat. It would be only on the video. If that's what you were asking for. Twitch chat would probably be a bit more developed in that sense. Okay, I'm gonna actually turn down this light just a little bit. So I have hurt deposit for checking if all players are hurt. Players are hurt. Got it. Got it. Oh, I have more than one. I'm not using this thing anywhere else. So how about I'll just place it here. Death. Death particle spawned equals false, which I will go over here and say if death particle spawned equals false, then we'll do all these shenanigans, and we will then say equals true. So this only happens once. Yes, what? Why? Why the errors? Ah. There, what? Hold on a second, what the fuck did I just do? Okay. No errors, so if, if equals to true or equals to false, then we'll do for loop and the for loop there. Before it ends, I'm going to do this to true. Set this to true. So now this thing should only spawn once. However, if hurt true is equals false, what is this? What is this thing? If instance number of players is over 1. Okay, so how about this? If oh no, don't do. Damn it. Here we go. Shift tab. Yes. Hurt is equals to false. And is equals to true. We'll set this to false. So reset it essentially. So now it should only spawn once per player hurt. And only spawn once per player death because there's a instance destroy code there either way. That should be fine. Okay. Okay, so this sort of works. Particles are too small though. Also, am I spawning the right particles? Yes. Now then. How about we'll set this to 3 just to see those particles better. So brown car Are you working on anything? I think I've asked you this question. Hold on, let me go like way up. Brown car. Yeah, I don't think I have. Alright, let's see this. Oh no, he's dead. I need to save him. I need to actually also do revival particles, but like these particles work. Oh Jesus. But they are far too small. 16 by 16 pixels. What's the step event? Also does the alpha thing. Also, how about I'll go ahead and not half the value? Why is the size so messy? What if I set it to like 6? Size variant. That is the problem. I set it to 2. Size variant can stay either 0.7 or 1. That is correct. Okay, let's try this out. Damn. Whew. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. A bug. It's a bug. Okay, here we go. So I'll address that in a little bit. Size variant, gravity. As far as I know. Ah, okay, so this is where I probably need to adjust the X speed. So let's do like 1 to 10. Yeah, sure. Let's try that out. Wait, did you just say freaking cat stop walking on the keyboard? Hold on. There's a very simple solution to that, actually. Here you go. I found it. There. This is what you basically do. Nice. Okay, that actually works. I probably want to spawn, first of all, probably want to spawn a few more than 12. More like 20. And I think that's all I wanted to do. There we go. And god damn it. Oh yeah, that's right, and the size. How about this? Instead of size, we're either gonna have one size or 0.5 size. And that's all this is gonna be. Oh no. Oh yes. Perfect solution. Cures all of your related cat problems. Okay, so do need to up the scale though. You know, the funny thing is that image is actually a guy saving a cat, and somebody just cropped it, and I'm like, hey, that's perfect. With that context. Hey, look at that. All that bitching and moaning, and you got it to work. Welcome to programming. Nice. It's actually working. The only thing is, I probably can fix it in code, but I don't wanna. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just make a manual rectangle that's a little bit smaller for collisions with that particle. You're stupid. Well, I'm not gonna argue with, you know, what you want to say, but Is something not working again? Or have you fixed something? Also, Nathan, thanks for dropping by in the Twitch chat. Working on a game. Working on a 4-player co-op platformer with rage-inducing levels. And they're rage-inducing both because I'm programming them and they're hard to... Well, they're not hard, but there's just a lot of work that have to be done. And they can be rage-inducing because it's a rage-inducing game. Shit, I didn't add the second player. Damn it. Oh, man. That looks gorgeous. I like how some particles kind of linger around. Okay, let's add the second player this time. And let me also delete the camera, this one, the debug object, so that the camera can follow the players now. So Nathan, are you a game developer, programmer, content creator? You do anything? Money shot. I like where this is heading. Hell yeah. Get her done. Okay, start, X. Frickin' punching in code combinations here. There's really no way to survive this. There's just no way to survive this. Okay, so I'll get one player over there. Okay. I think I should turn down the speed variable for destroying the particles. So custom speed should be below something like 3. Because I want more of those I want those particles to linger a little bit more. This fucking chair, man. Makes me sound like that's my back making those noises, like... Alright, let's go. 2 controllers. Yeah! Nice. And the particles stay around for a bit longer. Like that one. The particles do die off after a certain amount of time, so they're not there permanently. Did the death animation spawn particles for both players? Good question. Let's find out. Oh no. It's too far. And now it's supposed to be dead. Okay, it does spawn those particles. So that's good. Okay. So that is a thing that I can officially check off. In fact, here's what I'm gonna do. To make it pretty, the death splat, I'm actually gonna make it white. And I'm gonna set that color via code. because I also want to have the revival particles. Man, I still have some... I made sweet potato fries yesterday, and I still have some sweet potatoes left. I kind of want to make again. Just for the sake of enjoying the sweet potato goodness. They were actually good. They actually tasted exactly like the sweet potatoes at King Henry's Arms in Richmond Hill. Favorite bar. Okay. So... That's right. I'll make it a separate object. It's just that I don't want it to be... Here we go. So death. I'll duplicate this. With the death particle, I say color equals C red. No. And over here, I'll say color equals C green. And I'll just do that. Alright, Janko, thanks for dropping by. I'll see you next time. Alright, so now I need the revival script. So that means the object player. So this is death, this is revival. That's the saw. Okay. I might be here tomorrow. I might not be here tomorrow because I have work tomorrow. So the only time I can do a stream would be in the evening time when I'm tired as hell. But that is probably the time when you are asleep. Probably. Maybe. What is our time difference? It's 7 o'clock over here. 7 p.m. Yeah. Six ahead. Yeah, okay, so I thought so. Whoopsie, Coxie. Busted. Next thing you know, Coxie was placed in timeout by Janko. Oh no. Oh, that was funny. Can't tempt. Kick him while he's down. He can't do anything. No, man, I really should deal with these freaking audio spikes. It's, I'm a goddamn audio engineer. Actually, fuck, I could have done it if I had a compressor. And I'm not running compressor software side, because that's a pain in the ass. I guess I'm putting up my PC. Oh, Coxie, you better quickly switch to Twitch stream, to Twitch chat. He's not a moderator there. Hey, Fwiller's in the stream. He's in the safe zone. Janko. He's power hungry, man. He's power hungry. Alright. So, I just need to spawn in... Hey! Ryusuo. Ryusuo in Twitch chat. Yeah, Fwiller, you copy pasted that, didn't you? Jake was like, oh shit, my finger slipped. Alright, where is the code for reviving the player? Start her timer within which player must be revived. Do a loop for as many times as there are players. Okay, so first of all, do a loop for as many times as there are players. So check player. First of all, we need to make sure that check player is not equals ID, so that the player would not be able to revive himself. And Jenko, I can't remove the timeout. No. Wait, hold on. No, I can put him in the double timeout. It's a timeout inception. The first timeout won't continue running until the first one's finished. So no, I could put Jenko in timeout. Maybe that will make Coxie feel good. I mean, here, it's not like Jenko's gonna be sticking around for long. Jenko's like, no, betrayal. I can't remove timeout, so here, I'll make Coxie feel better. I'll put you in timeout. Rip. Yeah, we gotta have a service for Coxie. In nomine Patre, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Okay, where... So this is the thing. Sorry, no, this is what I actually need to move this. Coxie's complaining in the Twitch chat. He's in the save zone. He's in the whatchamacallit. What's the space between purgatory? He's in purgatory. That's what Twitch is right now. Alright, Coxie. I'll avenge you. Sorry, Jenko. Oh my god. Apparently putting somebody in timeout deletes all of their messages. How much is 300 seconds? Hold on. Calculator. 300 divided by 60. 5 minutes. Oh, that's like forever. We could talk about so much stuff that Jenko wants to listen. Unless Jenko goes to the Twitch chat right now and just, you know. But Jenko's just a common peasant in the Twitch chat. Unless he goes there and I make him a moderator there too. Okay, so... So first of all, we need to make sure that check player does not equals to self. so that the player who's dead could not revive himself. Well, my Twitch chat has more users than YouTube now, for once. Okay. Jesus. One. Yeah, so that works. And now let's do that with 2 players, like I was supposed to do. I also need to implement a system when I'm saving the lights. I need to implement a system that essentially prompts me what do I want to do with the shadow and light nodes. Because there's actually been a couple of times when I have saved the lights and it overwritten the it overwrote written. Yeah, it's overwritten the original node location, the DS list with the original node locations, and I lost it. And that means I can't edit the lights in that level anymore. Okay, so can't spawn self. Beautiful. Why are these things bouncing without even touching the floor? Let me check that for a second. Death. What position? I mean, it's technically working. It would probably be better. Okay, I'll figure it out afterwards. I need to implement this stuff. So, saved. Okay, so this is run by if you did normal game dev through the week, then one day take a section of it. It is something that I did. Like, there's sections, like, for example, my interactable particle system. I want to make a tutorial on that. But to be honest, I think if I'm going to make any more tutorials, I'm going to put them up as rewards for Patreon. Because I need to start making money, and YouTube ad revenue is a shitty way to do it. You need to have at least like 1 million followers. So in this case, if I'm doing any more tutorials, I'm putting them up on Patreon. Considering number one, I've got over 500 subscribers. Most of them give fuck all about live streams. So that just basically says how much people care about actually who you are and what you do, and they just care about you giving them free shit. So in my case, I'm not going to be doing that anymore, right? Things like the interactable particle system. I'll do a tutorial on the the new light system, explaining how the system works, and you know, it will be a reward that you can get via Patreon. That's basically my As a programmer, how don't you know 300 seconds is 5 minutes? I know to get 300 seconds. I don't work in fucking seconds. I work in steps, okay? And that's an extra calculation you gotta do. It's not like 60, like, it's not like fucking one step equals 1 millisecond. No, no, no. None of that shit. It's like me saying, Jenko, you're a programmer. How about you recite the entire the whatever values of pi, and that's it, right? Fuck no, man. Anyways, this is what I need to do. So right here, and there's actually the old particles, so that's great. And it's like right next to this thing too. Oh man, okay. So let's replace this with the new one. Revival. Start. All right, come on. Yeah, beautiful. I like it. I'll probably want the revival particles to actually linger around less than these ones. So I'll bring that value back up to like 6. Not bad. Now let's see if we can figure out why some of these particles are not sticking around, or why they're bouncing off all weird. What? This is new. So it's object, elevator, opening. So that's the opening one. Oh, okay, so I think that happened when I died. Oh, let me actually copy this because I think this will be important. I'll put that aside because I don't think I'm going to be able to recreate that. Maybe. didn't happen again. So maybe it's the first blade that needs to die. I can technically fix this though. So it's elevator, opening elevator, draw 36. 1 second. Good thing I saved that. So opening, draw, line 36. So this whole thing needs to take place if instance exists obj player. I should really go downstairs and grab some real food. Okay, so that now should be okay. Oh god. You know, if you actually die there, there's virtually no way for you to get back. So if one of your friends dies early, that's just, there's no way to live. There's no way to get back in there. Which technically should not be an issue. Alright, Jenko, see you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Alright. So, I think I can cross the death animations off my list. It's coxy. Okay, so, oh man, here's the reality of things. I only finished decorating only half of the levels. I still need to make another half. So how about this? This stream has been going on for almost 4 hours now. I'll stop it here, take a break, grab some food, do all that stuff. I'll come back and do another stream and we'll figure some stuff out. Alright? Alright, well, thanks for dropping by. I will be back. Maybe about 15-30 minutes, somewhere around like that. Alright? See you next.